So after going through transformers, how to fine tune a model, and how to build the demos with those fine tuned models, the final part is sharing those models on internet. So if you go on Hugging Face and share your models, and you also share the working prototype, which comes in chapter number 9, building and sharing demos. So step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 finishes your entire introduction to NLP with Hugging Face. This allows you to get started with building solutions, and incrementally grow your knowledge. Once you have this fundamental thing in place, you know everything in code, you understand where goes what and why. Just this much minimum amount allows you to get started, and you can add rest of the knowledge afterwards. If you try to learn everything at once, you will be successful in learning nothing. You will fail if you try to learn everything at once. So take a block of minimum things which you can finish and then build on top of it. So that's what these chapters do. And when you do that, your introduction is done. So the final part of that introduction is sharing the models and tokenizer. And that is actually incredibly easy. So let's check that, and we can get started with building projects, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so what is Hugging Face? We saw Hugging Face is a library which implements these models for us just in one line of API. So remember, there is a transformers library. We import it as Hugging Face transformers for easy readability. And then I simply say Hugging Face transformers, auto model, and from pre-trained, and whatever the fuck I want. How does it work? I simply have to specify what is the task I want the pipeline for, or directly the pipeline. So 1 or 2 lines, everything is done. So look at this website, how amazingly crafted this thing is. You see the tasks listed here in this so easy to select way. So if I want to do, let's say, object detection. For object detection, we have these many models. If I want to get started with the most popular model, I just have to go here, go to use in transformers, and one line. Okay. So this Hugging Face it's a combination where you have on the left hand side the tasks you want. Okay. And here on the top side, you will find two other more important things: models and data sets. Three things you need to remember: tasks you are doing, the model which you are using, and the data set on which you are learning the knowledge from. Three different ways of using these three different things. We have seen how to do that in rest of the chapter. So that part is easy. So we select the model we need. We find the one which is, most popular or trending. Here, there are very few common standard neural networks, and you get a good enough accuracy for it. But to get a much better accuracy, I told in the last lecture, fine tuning is the most important stage. So Hugging Face is this one-stop place for everything. So if I go here, it talks about how to navigate this. Here, if you go to your profile, it also has these other subtler features which you should know later. So the end-to-end demo which you are hosting, that goes into space. So you have model here, trained on dataset here, and hosted for interaction with the people here. So animate, let's say, different lighting. This is gonna run. We can ask it to render whatever we want, and it will give us that. It also has posts that's kind of, you can check it later. For now, you can build daily papers or some different things you want. These are the essential parts of Hugging Face. Okay. Then how to use pre-trained model? We have seen this. It's we simply have to specify the task. So pipeline, fill mask, and what the model is provided. This is how, hey, they have written the code. I would prefer to write it in a tiny bit different way. I would like to say this fill mask is actually a task. Just like how I've specified model, here I can say task equal to fill mask. That way you understand task is what this thing is, which goes to the pipeline. And then I simply have to call the model with whatever I want to do, and it will give me a certain accuracy from a pre-trained model. These are the tasks which I use. If I want to load it from pre-trained, this is how I use it. We have seen this multiple times. And if you want to share it, it is even easier. After you train the model, you just need to log into Hugging Face Notebook. You can just check how to do that. The essential part is all you have to do is do this. When you are specifying training arguments for your trainer, there you specify the flag push to hub. That's it. Training arguments are related to the training. After the training is done, it automatically push it to the hub to whatever your account is. Or the alternative is you use this Hugging Face hub library. It has these functions. Important ones, I'll just tell few, and that's all it is. Create repo, okay, and then upload files. So here, uploading files, you can find, better way to use is actually repository class. So don't go for repo, sorry. My mistake. Use repository. So just 2, 3 lines, or if you don't want to go into this, just go to your account, build, create a repository here manually, and then kind of like upload the files you have this, trained manually also. I would prefer that you get used to these ways of writing the model. And once you are done that, all you have to do is on the model specify this thing Hugging Face emphasizes a lot. The fundamental things we need to know as a owner of the model we have uploaded. These are important pillars to look for. This is not something to remember, but this is a diverse things a model we have to check about. So model description and its use and limitations. So most people directly use the model. They never, look at its limitation. They never try to figure out its limitation by interacting with it. You have to build that eye. If you are a data scientist, you should be able to interact with the model and see, oh, this model is weak for this specific use case. For example, I'm trying to build a image model for Mahabharat GPT, for Mahabharat, the story we all Indians know. So the limitations would be it renders Indian gods a lot in foreign style like Marvel comics. So the limitation, if I see the diversity of the images created, I do find that limitation and I discovered it. And once I discovered the limitation, then I can take decisions. Oh, I need to improve on that. So model's description, its intended use and limitations, and then how to use this 1, 2, 3 line. Build your model in such a way that just in 2, 3 lines you can immediately get using that model. That way, rest of the people can also use it. They can maybe improve on it. So if you build an amazing model with a much better accuracy than anything which has come out there, all you need to do is innovate for it. The field is so new that there has been no innovator in the field. Everybody you know in the field, trust me when I say they are not true innovators of the field. If you want to know who are the innovators in general, there is a concept called as normal genius and peerless genius. Normal genius is, it could be in, anyone someone who is to the genius level. Peerless genius is never seen in 1,000 years, top of the 1,000 years. And most people in deep learning, I think, are normal geniuses, not peerless geniuses. And true innovation comes from peerless geniuses. So in maths there is Ramanujan, read upon it. In engineering there is Nikola Tesla, read upon him. In physics there is Richard Feynman, read upon him. In art there is Leonardo da Vinci. These guys, they were so ahead of their time, just so amazing. That is what true innovation looks like, and you should aim for that level of innovation. If you aim for it, you will fail and at least become a normal genius. Aim for peerless genius, fail in that, and become at least normal genius, if not at least become better than rest of the people, most of the people. Don't aim for mediocrity, right? This is just stupid. So then another pillars this model needs to go is its limitations and biases, something we have to take care about now that models are going into the production of our application. And what is the training data, training procedure, and evaluation result? These are more developer related things. So that's, we specify that and we are done. So here few of the models which are actually written in this way. You will find this description are a bit verbose still, but try to make it so that code is easy to read and in just one shot you understand it. Okay. So once we do that, voila, we are at a stage where we can pick any task. Let me go to models. Pick any task. For example, I want to do text to image. I will check what are the models. Maybe now here, by taking this existing model, I can fine tune it for my use case, which I want to generate images for Mahabharata, which does not have limitation of, just specializing on foreign images. I want to specifically curate it for India's data. So I will collect that data set. I will fine tune these models with that data set. And I also want to combine the features of multiple such models and then get a model which is even better than all of these models individually. So I've not only improved on the data, I've also improved on the model. I've also improved on, made it mixture of models, combined it, everything, whatever. This is how I am going to incrementally go. And to get started with that, all you need to know is this Introduction to Hugging Face course, which is the playlist I have finished with these four plus the final chapter of building and sharing demos also. So in these 5 chapters, you can get started, and I'm also going to get started by working on the projects.